The real Hellegate, America's most haunted waterway. Have you ever heard of a place where the river itself seemed cursed? Where sailors whispered of phantom ships, eerie screams, and shadows that never left the water's edge? In New York City, there's such a place, an infamous stretch of the East River called Hellegate. For centuries, this narrow channel has been known for its violent currents, hidden rocks, and ghostly legends. Tonight, we're going to flip to the pages of its haunted history. 10 chilling stories that make Hellegate one of America's most haunted waterways. Number 10. The name itself, Hellegate. The very name sends a shiver down the spine, doesn't it? Hellegate comes from the Dutch words Hellegat, meaning bright strait or clear opening. But sailors quickly gave it a darker meaning. With its whirlpools, jagged reefs, and sudden storms, it was less a passage to safety and more like a doorway to the underworld. The name stuck, and so did the fear. Number 9. A sailor's nightmare. From the earliest days of New Amsterdam, sailors dreaded navigating these waters. The currents could turn a calm trip into disaster within minutes. Ships were known to vanish under the waves without warning, their crews lost forever. Locals swore they could still hear the cries of drowning men when the tide roared strongest. For seafarers, Hellegate was a place where heaven felt very far away. Number 8. The HMS Hussar's Golden Mystery. In 1780, a British warship called the HMS Hussar struck the rocks and sank in Hellegate. Rumors spread that the ship was carrying a fortune in gold meant for British troops. Treasure hunters have searched ever since, but no gold has ever been found. Divers claim to hear strange knocks and whispers beneath the waves, as if the drowned sailors are still guarding their lost treasure. Number 7. The wreck of the General Slocum. One of New York's greatest tragedies happened here in 1904. The excursion steamboat General Slocum caught fire with over 1,300 passengers aboard, most of them women and children. The ship drifted into Hellegate, where the flames raged and the currents pulled many under. More than 1,000 lives were lost that day. To this day, some say the sound of children's laughter can be heard, turning into screams as the wind shifts. Number 6. Phantom ships in the mist. Fishermen and ferry captains have long spoken of ghostly ships gliding silently through the fog. These spectral vessels vanish without a ripple, often appearing near the same spots where wrecks once occurred. Some describe them as glowing faintly, their sails torn, their crews nothing more than shadows. To witness one is said to be both terrifying and strangely beautiful, like watching history itself rise from a river. Number 5. The lost ferry boat Astoria. In the 1800s, a ferry boat called the Astoria sank while carrying dozens of passengers across Hellegate. Locals whispered that the river wanted them, dragging the vessel down in an angry swell. Survivors spoke of hearing voices in the water calling their names. For years afterward, people on the shoreline swore they saw the outline of a ferry gliding by on moonlit nights, though none ever came to dock. Number 4. The Howling Rocks. Before Dynamite cleared many of the reefs, the rocks of Hellegate were known to moan and howl when the tide rushed past. The eerie sounds carried across the water, often mistaken for human cries. Some swore it was the voices of drowned sailors, begging for rescue. Others said it was Hellegate itself, alive, hungry, and never satisfied. Number 3. The Great Explosion of 1885. Engineers once tried to tame Hellegate by blowing up its dangerous rocks. On one summer day in 1885, they set off one of the largest controlled explosions in history. The ground shook, windows shattered, and the roar could be heard miles away. But instead of quieting the waters, locals claimed the spirits grew angrier. Afterward, more sightings of ghost ships and strange lights were reported than ever before. Number 2. Screams on the shoreline. Even today, people walking along the East River report chilling sounds. Screams that echo over the waves when no one is there. Joggers have stopped in their tracks, convinced they heard someone drowning. Police have answered countless calls about cries for help, only to find empty water. Hellegate keeps its secrets, but it doesn't always stay silent. Number 1. The River of Lost Souls. For hundreds of years, Hellegate has been a watery grave for sailors, soldiers, and everyday New Yorkers. Each life lost has left its mark, layering sorrow upon sorrow. Perhaps that's why so many believe the river holds on to the souls it claims. Some call it cursed, others call it haunted, but everyone agrees Hellegat is not just a place on the map. It is a reminder of how thin the line between life and death can be. Conclusion, and that, dear friends, is the haunted story of Hellegat, New York's most dangerous, most mysterious waterway. From phantom ships to echoes of forgotten tragedies, the river seems to breathe with the memories of all it has taken. Which of these stories gave you the deepest chill? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed journeys through haunted history, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us again for the next tale. Until then, may the waters you cross always be calm.